Man, this coronavirus crazy, man. You got people dying all over the world. You got cases increasing. You got people getting healed, and then the system saying that they got it again. China's manipulating their numbers. I don't know if U.S. is telling the truth about their numbers. Man, what do we do in a situation like this, and why they don't have a cure yet? What's going on, people? This Ray Woods here, channel Crab Out the Bucket. I'm outside this beautiful day again. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you know more when I come out with more quality content. Today's video is going to be a little bit on mindset and with this coronavirus is what's going on. And I just want to put a disclaimer out there. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a lab technician. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. A lot of stuff I'm finna tell you in this video is probably factual, is probably conspiracy theories. I don't know. You decide whatever you want to decide that it's going to be. But I'm going to just say I really want to make this video to get people to question something, to get people to not just have somebody be like, hey, I need you to jump, and then you ask how high. Instead of that, asking them, why do I need to jump? Why can't I run? Just to get people to start thinking for themselves, maybe. And I feel like I can't say everybody because I don't know everybody, but some people are just taking things that they don't even check and just go and run with it. So I'm making this video for that. That's my disclaimer before I get into this video. So I was having a discussion with somebody, and we had the discussion, and I was saying, you know, how come they don't have a cure for this coronavirus shit? And I said, back in 2009, they had the swine flu come out. They hyped up the swine flu. They hyped it up like it was something crazy. And it was just a regular flu. You had similar symptoms. You know, you get a fever. You get, you know, your body aches, your muscle aches. You had, what else? Your headache. You got a cough. You know, maybe you got shortness of breath. And the swine flu was pretty much like the regular flu. I know because I caught the swine flu. And what they gave me was Tamiflu. Tamiflu was already out that they used for the flu, the regular flu. And then whenever I went to the doctor to get tested, they said that I was positive for the swine flu, and they gave me Tamiflu. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, if they use Tamiflu for the flu and it's similar symptoms or something similar to the regular flu that the swine flu was, use Tamiflu for that, right? I got better in like a week or two. And I'm thinking, you have the flu and you have all these symptoms that, like the hay fever, you got regular fever, sweating, you know, you coughing, all these different things that similar to the swine flu, and the coronavirus is like the same similar symptoms. So I always ask myself, I said, why is it that they can't use something like Tamiflu for the coronavirus? You know, why can't they use Tamiflu for the flu and not for the coronavirus? Why is it so difficult that it's taking so long to find a vaccine? I can't say a cure, but a vaccine for this viral infection. And they're going to be like, oh, well, Ray, you can't use that for everything because the strand is different. The strand is different for the coronavirus than it is the flu, and the flu is not the same thing as the coronavirus. You know, I believe this. Humans all have somewhat, no matter what the disease or sickness is, somewhat of similar symptoms. Where your body gets hot, you get a fever, you get a headache, because we're human and we all have a lot of similarities. You see what I mean? So there's only so many things that can happen to you unless like your face blows up or something. And so I just wondered to myself, why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long for this cure? And yeah, they got different strands. You may have to do something different. So I came up with this theory. So the Tamiflu, or not the Tamiflu, the regular flu and the coronavirus, when you look at the symptoms, they're similar, and then they both go after the respiratory system. Now, I can't say that they solely go after the respiratory system, and if they do, then cool. But let's just say when I look at the flu, it's kind of like a longer period of time before it starts really attacking your respiratory system. When you start getting cough and shortness of breath, you may have some, you know, esophagus issues, whatever, trachea, whatever, your lungs, all that shit's messing up in your body. And for the coronavirus, it's like more pinpointed to your respiratory system, which I think is manipulated in the lab to do that. That's just my conspiracy theory. Now, the coronavirus and the flu have different strands. COVID-19 is a completely different strand of the regular human coronavirus. So you can't use Tamiflu or some other similar medicines that we have out there to kind of help treat and reduce these symptoms that people are having and reduce the death of people. So let's play this out. Let's say, yeah, they got different strands and you can't use the same medicine. And if I apply a sickness like hepatitis, so they got many different strands of hepatitis, you know, some symptoms, you know, some people got mouth sores, some people got genitalia, bumps on them, you know, if they got hepatitis through a sexual transmitted way, whatever the case may be. And so you have to use different vaccines to treat these symptoms. Now, again, I want to put this out there. I'm not a scientist. I'm just, you know, it's kind of like skeptical, or not skeptical, I guess you could say, speculating on how things would work in the lab. So in order to make this vaccine, I'm going to take part of, when you get a flu shot, what's in the shot? It's a flu, right? They put the flu in you and then they mix it with some other type of chemical. There's probably an antibacterial or antiviral mix that kind of help combat that flu within your body. They're going to take a strand of the hepatitis and they're going to mix it in with some antiviral to kind of help get rid of that hepatitis, or at least if they don't get rid of it, at least bring it down to like a stagnant state to where it doesn't really affect you much, or it can prolong your health. That's what I would think, right? So they mix these two chemicals. Now, why don't they just take a strand of the COVID-19 and take something that's antiviral, like whatever they put in a Tamiflu, and then mix those two together, look under the microscope and see what they need to do, or see if the antivirus is going to attack the virus. So when you inject it into somebody, is going to get rid of the virus. Now, they're probably doing that now, but I'm sure a lot of people have thought of this, but why isn't this happening quicker? You know, why isn't people testing this faster? Because if you know that something's out there that you haven't seen before, why not go ahead and have something already in the works to try to fix this issue? And I mean, for real, just like, it seems, of course I can say from the outside because I'm not a doctor, or I'm not dealing with all the situation where I got to treat people and the nurses, and shout out to the nurses and all the medical professionals. I know it's hard out there trying to deal with all the sick patients. I mean, I can only imagine, you know, it's crazy. But you know, from me looking on the outside, the concept of mixing these two to figure out what the cure is, what is it taking so long? Did they already maybe have the cure and nobody knew about it or something? Like, what's going on? And I just don't understand. And I would like for people to ask more questions, you know, ask why. What is going on? Why is it taking so long for these things to happen? Because it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't logically make sense to me as to why people are continuously dying. Of course, people are posting more negative stuff on the internet, and it keeps seeming like more people dying, which they probably are, or they probably not. And there's still no vaccine for this, you know? Look, I just want to end the video like this. I know Obama said some years ago about we need to have something in place and prepared to handle an epidemic or a pandemic that's going to happen in the later years. Right there when he says something like that, that tells me that he knows something that he probably can't put all the information out there, because honestly, he might get sniped. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff that they're hiding. You know, China has lied about their numbers, where people have gotten other issues going on with them, and if the coronavirus kills them, then they label it as COVID-19, and it's like, but they didn't die from COVID-19, so the numbers are skewed. And then the government's telling us this. You know, who do we trust? Me personally, I don't trust the government. I don't trust a lot of things that go on, because they're not going to put all the information out there, because in their minds they're like, you don't need to know all this information. So they're doing whatever agenda they're trying to plan, whether it be monetary issues, whatever the case may be. And people say stuff like, oh, well, it's not always about money. Yeah, most of the stuff is about money. War be about money. This virus is probably about money. So I don't know, man. What are we supposed to do in this situation? The end result is like this. It's like a computer hacker. If, let's say, Microsoft gets hacked, and they're like, man, we need to up our defenses. They up their defenses. Now it's going to take some time for another hacker to come in and try to get over the walls and get through the little loopholes within the system they're trying to hack, and then eventually to get hacked. So in this case scenario, hopefully somebody will hurry up and find a vaccine. Honestly, I think they already got one, but they put the vaccine out there so people can stop, you know, going through this madness, and we can get back to our regular lives. But, you know, like I said, that's just my conspiracy. You know, if you like this video, if you got any comments, leave your comments below in the description, or below the description down there. Let me know what you think about the video. You know, do you have facts? Are you a doctor? Are you a nurse? Tell me what's going on, man. Give me some information. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something. I know I don't understand 100% of things. I'm not saying that I'm 100% correct in this video, but let me know what's going on, because something just doesn't logically make sense to me, and things should be a little different. But then again, you know, something's always serving an agenda. But Ray Woods, channel Crab Out the Bucket, that's my 2 cents. I am outie.